showtime.
Instinctively, man has always been drawn to the sea. Its beauty, its mystery, its secrets. But there is also a vague uncertainty, a sense of intrusion into an alien world, where man is unwelcome and completely at the mercy of the most terrifying predator on Earth. Man's deepest fear has risen again. Jaws, the revenge. This time, it's personal.
Hey everyone, P. Rich from Hatchet Boys. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing and discussing Jaws, the Revenge. This time it's personal. Oh my god. Like for who? I'm thinking it's more personal for the shark. Anyways. So, yeah, I'm gonna kick off the synopsis. Jaws: The Revenge is a 1987 American horror film produced and directed by Joseph Sargent. It is a direct sequel to Jaws 2, ignoring the events of Jaws 3D, and is the fourth and final film of the franchise. Thank fucking God. So yeah, Jaws 3 is not canon. I can see why. Yeah. Basically, like, yeah, after Jaws 3, Jaws franchise was going down, and this just sunk it. After this one, it was done with. There was no going back after this one. It was final for sure. So we get Lorraine Gary. She came out of retirement to reprise her role from the first two films. The film focuses on now a widow Ellen Brody, played by Lorraine Gary, after Chief Brody died from a heart attack. And the thing that bothers me about this, she keeps saying like the shark killed Chief Brody when he just had a heart attack because the fear of the shark killed him. I'll get all into that after, but like, yeah, come on. And yeah, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, and they asked what's his name, Roy Schneider, to come back, and he basically told them where they could stick this script up their ass. Oh, that's too funny. So after Chief Brody died from a heart attack, her convention that a great white shark is seeking revenge on her and her family, particularly when it kills her son Sean Brody and follows her to the Bahamas. Like, I'm laughing my ass off just reading the synopsis on this. Like, how can you not? Like, it's a fucking joke. Like, does her and the shark have psychic like abilities, and they read each other's minds, like their telekinesis? Like, that's what I don't get about this movie. Or does the shark like smell her period blood and just follows her to the fucking Bahamas? Woo, fuck. And Jaws: The Revenge was shot on location in New England and in the Bahamas, and completed on the Universal lot, as the first two films were filmed at Martha's Vineyard, the fictional Amity Island, for the opening scenes. Yeah, so on Amity, Ireland. Martin Brody is now deceased. Died from a heart attack. Martin's widow, Ellen, still lives in Amity, close to her younger son, Sean Brody, and his fiancée, Tiffany. Sean works as police deputy when he is dispatched to clear a log from a bayou a few days before Christmas. A great white shark sets up a trap for Brody. No, seriously. It does. It sets up a trap. Like it like must have like brought the log with, like the shark must have brought the log and like put it where Sean Brody has to clear out of the way. And I'll get to more. It's just, and then the shark appears and tears off his arm. He screams for help, but the singing on the land drowns out the cries. The shark sinks his boat and drags him underwater to his death. Yeah, now Sean's sleeping with the fishes. Fuck. So Martin's older son Mike and his wife Carla and their 5-year-old daughter Thea come to Amity for the funeral. Mike is working in the Bahamas as a marine biologist, and on the arrival, Ellen demands that he stops his work. Thea convinces Ellen to return to the Bahamas with them. The pilot of their small plane, Hoagie, takes on interest in Ellen when he flies them back, wanting to take her mind off her recent loss of her son. Ellen begins spending time with him. Michael doesn't like that. He gets all protective of Ellen. Michael introduces his mom to his colleague, Jake, played by Mario Van Peebles, and his wife, Louisa, and they spend Christmas and New Year's together. Yeah, and then so Michael and Jake are doing the research. Michael's mostly researching like snails and like seashells, and yeah, and then the shark appears and scares the shit out of Mike. And then now basically Jake and Michael want to track the shark and do research on the shark so that they become like, I don't know, like, so they get like a lot of money for this research of a great white shark in the Bahamas, because in the Bahamas the water's too warm for sharks to be there. It just gets dumber and dumber as you go on with this movie. It's just, oh man. Oh. And it's like, what else? And Ellen Brody just keeps having nightmares of being attacked by the shark. And it's just, this movie like doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't make any sense. It's just, it's ridiculous, man. It's like, I thought the third one was funny. It is, but like this one is even more funny. It's even more hilarious and ridiculous. And it is true, the more sequels you do, the worse it's going to be. Like this is an example of exactly that. So my first impression of this, I was 6 years old and I saw this movie and loved it. Every time when I was a kid, I watched this movie. I always loved it. I bought the video game, even though like the video game was hard as fuck, but I loved the video game for the NES. And then like I said before, my mom introduced me to the original Jaws. Love that even more. And then the second one, I like that one. And the third one, I think I was 8 years old. I saw that and I thought it was a piece of shit. But like the older I got and the more times I watched this movie, I was like, what the fuck? Like none of this makes sense. And it's so dumb. Like the shark roars. Like tell me, in what shark movie would you ever get a shark roar? I didn't even know sharks fucking roar, but I guess apparently they do. Like after this one. Um, yeah, it is just ridiculous. Um, yeah, so the cast, I mean, not the worst and not the best. Like, you get Lorraine Gary reprising her role as Ellen Brody. Um, she's all right. She's decent. I like her. You get Lance Guest as Michael Brody. He's not too bad. I don't mind him. Um, yeah, you might know him from Halloween 2. Um, and it's just like, and you get Mario Van Peebles. The only thing I really know him from is New Jack City, and he was good in that. But I don't like him in this movie. I mean, I don't know. It's like some scenes I don't mind him in, and then there's other scenes I'm just like, no, like I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of Jake. Karen Youngest as Carla. Um, she's alright too. Um, Judith Barcy as the little girl. After this movie, was it no, like I think she was in Land Before Time. She does one of the voices of the dinosaur. Um, and a tragic accident. Well, it's not an accident, but a tragedy happened. Her father killed her, murdered her. And it's so horrible, man. And just a little girl. Anyways, yeah. Once I found that out, it broke my heart hearing that because she's like a good little actress, and she doesn't annoy me in this movie. She's fine. Like a lot of other childhood actors kind of bother me, but I thought she was fine. Um, Michael Caine as Hoagie. Um, I like Michael Caine, but in this movie, I mean, he's not that bad in this movie. Um, yeah, I'd say um, Michael Caine and Lorraine Gary are probably my favorite characters in this movie, and then it would be Lance Guest as Michael, um, and Mitchell Anderson as Sean Brody. Oh man, this guy really bothers me. He does. It's just the way he acts, his voice. Like, no, I'm not like I'm not judging people by their voices, but I don't know. There's just something about his voice. It's just cringeworthy. Like this, like the whole thing with Sean Brody's just cringe. Like his dialogue is cringe. Like and like um just like when he's getting eaten by the shark, and he's just way just like overperforming it, and he just ruined it. And it's just like his screams, and it's just so annoying. I'm like, good, I'm glad he's dead, to be honest. Yeah, so I'm not a big fan of Mitchell Anderson at all. No. And well, I mean, it might have just been what he was written to do, but I don't know. I don't even know what else he has been in before, but I don't know. I don't like him. Um, yeah, so with Ellen Brody and Hoagie, they work good together, but their dialogue, I mean, it's not the worst. There's some scenes it's not bad, but then it's like they drag on their dialogue way too long, and I even think the filmmakers like got fucking bored of their dialogue, so they just like uh, cut the scene. There's one part where they're flying in the airplane and he's going on about like this one time, and then it just like he's going, and then you just see the plane fly, and then it like fades because they're so bored of the fucking dialogue. It's true. And then yeah, so I mean, even Carla, like, oh, she's not that great. I mean, she's all right with Mike. Like even with like Mike and Ellen, like some of that was okay, but a lot of it was just like cringe too. It was like just dumb, I think. And yeah, and like I said before, Mario Van Peebles as Jake and Lance Gass as Michael. Um, they're all right. Characters like together with their on-screen chemistry. Um, it is kind of funny how they like joke around with each other, just like bust each other's balls back and forth. Like that's not too bad. It's tolerable. Um, yeah, it's just none of these characters. Well, like especially with like I think Lorraine Gary is a great actress, like I said before, but does she bring back life to this character? No. Like I just no. I don't think so. Um so now getting into the technical elements of this movie. Oh my God. If you thought the third one was bad, oh, you gotta see this one. Like, this shark is like even more fake and like fake looking. It's just ridiculous. And even in one of the scenes, like you see the shark, and they can't even balance the shark because he's like this. And it looks like the whole shark is just going to flip right over. And I swear to God, I'll show the clip. But oh man. And then you see in one of these scenes, um, they have the shark on the track, right? And you can see the track that they ain't even edited that part out. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like now the audience is even gonna know it's like faker than just by looking at it. And it's just ridiculous. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Jake! Michael! 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 Michael, what's going on? Mike!
pisses me off. Like at the end of the movie, when Ellen is like, she takes off in Michael and Jake's boat, and she's chasing down the shark because she found out that Thea almost got attacked by the shark on the banana boat. And my God, does that ever look fake too? Like, it's so fucking stupid. Like even like there's one woman that gets eaten on the banana boat, but even that looks so fake. Like I don't even like that. Like that kill sucked too. Like okay, so she's chasing down this shark, and then what's his name? Michael's like, where's mom to Hoagie, and he doesn't know, or yeah, right. So he's go. Michael does know, so they get Hoagie to take them in the airplane to look for the mom, and it's just that scene's just even ridiculous too. Like Hoagie lands his fucking plane right in the ocean once they spot Ellen, and it's like, don't you know there's like a great white shark and it's coming and it's going to like eat you, and you just landing right in the ocean, and then oh man. Okay, so like uh once Michael gets out of the boat, I mean gets out of the airplane, and he swims over to the boat, and then the shark comes and takes down the airplane, and you think Hoagie's dead, but he's not. He comes out of the water. He comes up on the boat, but watch it. He's dry. He said, was it Michael Caine said that they took so long to adjust the camera or something like that, that his clothes dried. Well, they're in the Bahamas, right? But his clothes are dry. If you ever you go back and watch this, you'll notice it. Watch out for that scene when he comes back. Well, he comes out of the water and then he's on the boat. He's all dry. It's funny. That's what I mean. That's what they do with this editing. It's so poorly done. It's brutal. So, anyways, now Hoagie, Jake, and Michael are on the boat with Ellen, and Ellen and Michael are like bitching back and forth, like, "What are you doing?" And Michael knew this whole time that his mom wasn't crazy, because throughout the whole movie, like she's like, I know the shark's coming to get us, and it's after our family. It's like in the second one when Martin Brody's like, or the doctor's like, sharks don't take things personal, and Martin Brody's like, oh yeah, this fucking shark does. So it's like, so what is it like? How many fucking sharks like are coming down the family line to come after the Brodies to wipe them all out? Like that's what I mean. And this shark is taking shit way too personal. And how the fuck does the shark know that Ellen Brody went to the Bahamas? Like I said, like, is it psychic? Do they have psychic powers and they have like telekinesis? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or does the shark smell Ellen's period blood and follows her there? Like, it's just it's fucked. I don't know what to say. Like, anyways, so yeah, and they put like this like tracking thing on the shark, but I guess they could shock it too. So Jake like has it all wired up, and he's got the control thing, and he starts like pressing the button, and it's like, or Michael is. They have to get closer to the shark, and Jake falls in, and that looks so fucking hilarious. He's just like, whoa, and goes this way, right into the shark's mouth. And the shark's just like, oh, chomping down on him, goes underwater with him, and it's like, even that looked like shit. To be honest, it does. Fucking stupid. Like just the way he falls in, and it's like, I don't know. I can't. Yeah, it's too fucking funny. Anyways, so there's, I forget what version of this movie. There's two versions of this movie, and one version, Jake is dead, and yeah. So, anyways, okay. So we think Jake is dead, right? Okay. So now Michael's got the device, and he's shocking the shark, and the shark starts fucking roaring. And it's like, what the fuck? I mean, no, it's ridiculous. And okay, now, yeah. So the shark, shocking the shark, and it's just, and then Ellen is like, okay, come get me, you son of a bitch, like that, and then she like takes the boat and drives it directly into the shark. And he's like the end of the boat, like it's almost like it's like broken off from Jake when he fell in, but okay, so it's like a post, but like, yeah, it snapped in half. So she's going to drive the boat directly right into the shark. And then I have no idea why, but once she hits the shark, you see a clip of Martin Brody's from the first one saying, "Smile, you son of a bitch," and then explodes. It's the exact same clip. But like, why would the shark explode? Like, I have no fucking idea why. Like, oh man. And then you see the exact same scene. And you see the shark like sinking down to the bottom of the ocean, but it's the exact same clip as the first one when that shark exploded, and you see that shark like sinking down underwater, and it's the same clip. And then yeah, and then okay, the shark's dead. And now, like, everyone's like, oh, happy, yeah, shark's gone. And then out of nowhere, like, Jake is alive. It's like, I thought you got eat. All right, maybe it didn't like him and spit him out. I don't know, but it's fucking dumb. But yeah, there is two versions of this movie.
Jesus, we're heading straight for it. Come about, Ellen. Ellen, come about.
you son of a...
Michael! Come over here.
Michael!
It's all right, I'm okay.
There's one when Ellen drives the boat right into the shark. Like the post, it's like a spear almost, or whatever. It goes right through its throat, and you see like blood squirting out everywhere. Like that, I like. That I don't know why they wouldn't just leave that in. Like they should have just left it in. It would have been a lot better instead of it just exploding for no fucking apparent reason. Just to explode. Okay, sure. I mean, this movie doesn't make sense to begin with. Let's just make it fucking explode and take clips from their first movie. That's how lazy they are. And the editing is just shit. Special effects are shit. Anyways, man, it's just unforgivable. And I thought the third one was bad. But for some reason, I loved this movie as a kid. But once I got older, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? And it's just dumb. I don't like any of it. And, okay, so there's two scenes I actually like in this movie. First scene I like is alright. I mean, like I said earlier, Sean Brody's so fucking annoying. I'm glad he ends up getting eaten by the shark. But that scene is my favorite scene. It's funny too, because when you're watching that scene and he's trying to move that log out of the way, right? And the shark appears. That's a good jump scare too. Like, don't get me wrong, that was a good one. I like that one. And its mouth is open. You can already see blood in the shark's mouth. But when he bites his arm off, like that was good. I like that. But just the way he's acting, it just no, I can't do it. Ugh. It's horrible. And and then the shark like basically sinks the boat, well, like busts through it or chewing through it, and then yeah, busts. So it starts sinking, and then Sean's in the water, and he's like kind of like on the log, and then he's getting eaten by the shark. And it's like I kind of wish they would show a little bit more with him getting eaten by that shark, and you see like blood or whatever. that's probably my favorite scene in this movie. Then the second scene I like is when Michael is um, doing his research thing and looking for the shark at the same time. And then the shark chases Michael into that old sunken ship. Um, that scene is really like well done, I think. Well, some of it, like when he's in the ship, I like it, and he's like hiding in the ship, and just see the silhouette of the shark when he looks up, and you see the shark swim by like that. That was great. I like that. That kind of built up suspense. I was like, oh my God. Besides like Sean Brody and this scene I'm talking about now, like that's the most suspense in this movie is that. Um, and then yeah, you don't see it coming, and the shark busts right through. Yeah, I do like that. I do like that scene, and then he like jets out of there with his oxygen tank. So yeah, the overall success of this movie, it did get one win, and I do believe 7 nominations. All right. Its budget was $23 million. Pretty big budget. The box office, 51.9 million. Not that great. Like not good, not bad. Like it was all right. The third one made more. Probably after the third one, people started losing interest in Jaws. I'd say that's basically it. I'd say. Um, do I recommend this movie? Fuck no, man. Like I said in the third one with Jaws 3D, no, I don't recommend this movie at all. Like like I said with Jaws 3D, if you just want to say you saw all the Jaws movies, then yeah, watch it. And if you're like a Jaws like fan and you don't mind this movie, then I don't know, every once in a while, put it on and laugh at it. If you like it, you like it. That's fine. If you don't, you don't. But the third and Jaws: The Revenge is just fun to watch and laugh at it. How fucking ridiculous, and it doesn't make sense. Yeah, and what do I rate this movie as? I rate it. Hmm. I would probably give it a 2, to be honest. Yeah, 2 out of 10. It just, I can't do it. Even though there's a lot of nostalgia in this movie for me, because I loved it. It was the first Jaws movie I ever seen. I loved it as a kid. But as like now, I don't. I don't like this movie. No, I give it a 2 out of 10. All right. Well, thanks for watching Hatchet Boys. All right, everyone. Cheers. Bye.